Hey guys, Tyler Erzberger here. Today I am joined by Meteos of OpTic Gaming, who made his debut today. Unfortunately, you came away with a loss, but what was your thoughts on getting back there for the first time this year?
Well, it's always fun to play on stage, but yeah, it was kind of a sad game for us. Things didn't really go the way we'd planned earlier, and so we weren't really able to find many openings in the game. So it's fun to play, but would have been more fun if we won.
Looking at their team comp, obviously the Karthus was a big staple of theirs. What would you say when it came down to draft picks? What was the biggest thing that you guys missed on?
Well, I don't want to go into like the exact specifics of what we were trying to do, but kind of had a draft prepared, and we were going through some situations like if they pick this, will we pick this, and yeah, like we got a little thrown off, so had to deviate a bit from our original plan. Yeah, it just didn't really go well.
Well, it looks like OpTic is kind of, you have a 10-man roster, or you have the academy team, everything kind of going back and forth. How do you think the academy team did in the first 2 weeks of the season, and what do you think that the current lineup with you, Big, Arrow can bring that the other team did not?
Well, I think they did pretty well for the situation that they've been in. I think that a big part of why they were playing was because they've been playing together for longer. And so, like, Arrow just got back Thursday or something. So we only really had, like, maybe a day and a half of scrims with Arrow. So I think that we've still got a lot of, like, cohesiveness that we need. We're not always on the same page. We don't always have like the same reads on a situation. And so I think that with more time together, we can definitely be good. But yeah, due to all the like visa issues and stuff, it's been a bit of a rocky start.
You've been on teams throughout the years, since starting in 2013. Through all the teams you've been on, what would you say is the biggest factor in a team winning? Like, is it chemistry? Is it coaching? Is it power, friendship, as Cloud9 once had? But like, what would you say is the biggest reason for a team success?
I think that for me, it's just kind of like every individual player on the team understanding the big picture that you're working with. And all the like really good teams I've seen, generally it's the case where any player on the team can read a situation and know what to do for their. So if it's like Baron's coming up in a minute, it's not like one person on the team has to be like, okay, you go here, you go here, you go here, all that stuff. I feel like communication can like slow down the way a team plays quite a bit. So just being able to like all be on the same page with very little needing to be said, I think is like what makes a team really good.
You are now partnered with Crown, who you famously played against in the 2016 quarterfinals at Worlds, which, the famous series where the Chicago crowd chanted USA and all the drama there. How has it been working with Crown, and what do you think that your potential is with, the combo of you two?
Working with Crown's been pretty good. I really like the way he plays. He's a strong mid laner. He plays for the team really well. Like he's the kind of guy who like is totally cool making sacrifices for other people, and obviously has like very good mechanics. I think the biggest hurdle for us has just been like his English. He's still learning, and so we're not always on the exact same page with like what we're trying to do, and the language barrier can be a little hard. But I think it's like we can definitely, once we get into the rhythm, we do pretty well.
After talking to a lot of players throughout the first 3 weeks of the season, it seems like the hierarchy right now is Team Liquid number 1, Cloud9 number 2, and then there's a gap where anyone could be number 3 depending on the day. Do you agree with that, or do you think there's other teams that can contend with Cloud9 and Team Liquid?
I think right now it looks a little bit like that. It seems like Team Liquid's just kind of the team to beat, and Cloud9 definitely put up a pretty good fight against them, but they didn't make it. So yeah, I mean that sounds about right to me. I think that a lot of teams, they've had a lot of like change ups with their roster, and so it's just kind of like whoever can get it together faster, whoever like, it's not just like how well you can work together, but it's like, is the end goal that your team's working toward the right one? So it can be kind of hard, especially with like new rosters where you jumble up all your players, but I guess we'll see who gets it together fastest.
You're in your 6th year right now, and as we see across not just in North America, but in Europe and Asia, there's a lot of players now that are retiring after playing 5-6 years. It's mentally draining. Players going to different directions. What keeps you motivated, and what keeps your drive still so high of wanting to play in the LCS, wanting to go to Worlds? What keeps you going?
Well, I mean, I really like playing League. That's a big part. Like for me, I've always enjoyed the game. It's never felt like a chore or a job. Like, sure, some metas are really bad and it's not as fun, but I just think in general, like, I really appreciate the game. It's always fun trying to learn more things. I think that there's so much depth to the game that there's always more you can learn, whether it's about your own role, other roles, just the way that like everything comes together. Like, understanding all the moving parts of the game. So I don't think anyone's figured it out yet. I think there's still like a lot that can be done as far as like how good a team can get and how good all the players can get. And so I guess like that end goal motivates me because it's like I want to be there. It's like how can League of Legends be played at its best? It's almost like an asymptote. Like I don't know if anyone will ever get there, but it's really fun for me to try.
Final question. Looking at the rest of the season, you guys are 2-3. That's a decent spot. Very much still in the playoff race. What is your goal for this season, and what's your goal for the overall 2019 campaign?
Well, obviously getting playoffs would be really nice, but I just want to kind of see how far we can take this roster, just how well we can do. I'm always working on trying to just like be a good teammate, someone that my team enjoys playing with, someone that brings value to whatever team I'm on, and so yeah, I'm always working on that, and I try to not set too many expectations as far as results go because it's not only how good are we, it's about the competition too. So it's like if our competition's all playing badly, then we don't have to be that good to win. But on the other side, we could be playing well, but if everyone else is just better, then it's going to be different. So it's not only based on how good we are as everyone else. So I guess just my goals are just trying to stay positive and help the team get better.
Thank you, Meteos. We will see as OpTic looks for a win tomorrow. And if you want more news and action, we got you covered at espn.com/esports.